If you haven't already checked out my latest author interview with Alfred Muller, fellow indie author and fantasy writer, then you definitely need to. What are you waiting for? And if you're not convinced yet, check out my profile to see author interview clips. Definitely follow Alfred and check out our author interview. Well, tell me more about your short stories. I understand you have 2 self-published right now, Tears Trial and Reaper Society, and they both sound so interesting.
Thank you. So those were actually like my first real attempt at getting into writing.
Okay.
Tears Trial, it's about a 47 page short story. And I spent like almost 10 years working on that story, going in and coming out of it, because it's a true high fantasy tale where a lot of world building in such a short space took a lot of time to really put into it. But it's a coming of age story where the main character, Tyr, is part of a tribal group that sends their youngest members, which is around 13. You go into these woods that are fey infested. They're almost alive, and you have to survive for a period of time. And if you survive, well, then you're part of the tribe. If you don't, well, they mourn you and then they move on. But Reaper Society is a little darker because I was not necessarily challenged with my faith when I was younger, but I lost my aunt who was very close to me when I was younger, and it got me thinking about death. And so this short story is kind of dark, even though my novel deals with angels and demons. This one is strictly dealing with death, but it kind of has a hope element as well, because these beings called Reapers are actually humans just like us. Most of them are orphaned, and they kind of come together and find a home outside of society. And they develop these, or are given these supernatural powers to morph into these Reapers, and they are actually the ones that go around and harvest souls. And they kind of collectively find a coping within one another. And it's almost like how that person who has to go in and actually harvest that soul from a newly passed person, not only is the family grieving, but you kind of have that element of maybe someone else is there with you, grieving alongside.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That sounds really good. Sounds really moving too. Oh.
I try and kind of put a lot of that into my writing because life in general is rough, and you're dealing with work and school and family, and you're like, I kind of want to escape. And while I enjoy that element of reality where you do suffer a little bit and you have to get over that, I want to put that into my book, but I don't want people to carry their own burdens into the story. I want them to feel like there's a silver lining at the end.